Hey! Hello! I had to restart this entire... Hindi naman I had to restart it. I had to restart my intro. Because I was literally like... I was slurring. I was going insane. I just had a nap. I had an accidental short nap. I was supposed to just like rest my head in the bed. And then I accidentally went into a mini nap. And I woke up feeling like I got shot. Like shot in the head. Crazy. Crazy. I just drank some water. Hopefully, this this works out better. Hello. Hi. My name is Lilac and welcome to Neverending Ebas, where the Ebas never ends. Iniba. Just in case y'all wanted some variety on here, whatever. Hey. Hi. Welcome to the weekend. The real me comes alive. What? I'm still not. I still don't have my bearings. I'm so confused. What's happening? I don't know. Hi. Hello. Halloween is coming up real quick, real soon, and I'm so excited. Everybody, my costume number one is here. Costume number one. So there are multiple costumes. Yes. Well, yes. Uh-oh. I'm excited. I hope everyone else is excited. I hope y'all listened properly on that damn hot or not list. And we'll see. I don't know. I'm sorry. My friend just told me recently, like, this really is your month. And I'm like, yeah, I have 2 months in a year. And that's Pride Month, Gemini season, and this one, Halloween. Halloween! Anyways, we will have, gusto ko yung sa intro ko ito nilalagay. Mamaya ko na sa outro lagay. But I also just mentioned it here. We will probably have special Halloween episodes. So we'll see. We'll see. Editing TikToks helps me have extra ruminations about stuff I've already talked about on here. I recently edited the mom TikTok. And like, watching it back, I'm just like, wow. Right. Parang, hindi naman sa things that I already don't know because it literally came from me. But like, things na, parang to add to it, essentially. I wrote some stuff on here. I was editing the mom TikTok earlier and it's like, wow, I really owe it to this person to be kinder to her. Because I'm hearing myself talk about her and I'm like, I don't think I would have had this realization as a teenager. And alam mo yun, like, hearing these things come out of me, I hope that she gets to feel them too. Na parang, I am having these realizations and I hope I am putting them into action, right? We'll have friction, sure, but that's just the nature of our relationship. But I could definitely be better about it. Because I feel like, as a more realized person now, parang I know the good stuff she's imparted to me. Like, being a good person, and that applies to how I interact with her as well. Parang like, I owe it to her na her teachings to me, especially the good ones, like, get volleyed back to her. Not only to like, exclusively to the other people in my life, not only to my friends, not only to, like, I hope she also feels that. Kasi galing sa kanya yun. I could always step back and look at our relationship and think like where or how I could be kinder to my mom. True. Anyways, daming ebas. I feel like you'll be seeing a lot of these retroactive ebases because I be editing. Welcome to my edit era. I feel like I'm going insane because it's like, I don't know. Again, I talked about it all here last time. I'm going insane editing short form content. I've mentioned it here last time that the reason why I created this is that hindi naman sa there's no room, but like, alam mo yun, like whatever you think you have questions about, there is a bigger chance that I will have discussed it in the pod itself kasi nga ang haba. Like, the format allows me to talk so much. And I feel like on the TikToks, I am limited to max na yung 3 minutes. And I don't think who the hell do you know is watching 3-minute TikToks? So a majority of these TikToks are less than 2 minutes. And I feel like pag sumusobra na ako ng 1 minute, medyo OA na nga eh. Kasi I feel like people don't be watching 2-minute TikToks. But I still push for it anyways. Parang just to see if it would work. But I feel like the happy medium of being able to put something on TikTok is really like around the 1 minute mark. And I'm just not built to, like, for 1 minute stuff. That's why the shit is 1 hour. Anyways. To be fair, max ko naman yung 1 hour dito. Sometimes 30 minutes lang tayo dito. Minsan, most average, I think, 45 minutes. Ideally, this podcast is around 45 minutes. That's my goal-ish. Na parang lang there's a sense of like, that's how it kind of is. 1 hour is medyo max na. Pag sumusobra na tayo ng 1 hour, nafe-feel nyo na siguro ako ditong like, oh my God. Hello, tigil natin to. Right? Anyways, welcome to this week's Never-Ending Ebas. I hope you guys are having a wonderful week. I am going to Iloilo soon. I have shit to do tomorrow. It's been such a busy month. I feel like whenever I have a month I'm looking forward to, it's also just like a busy month in general. Because I feeling ko I'm just like yes manning my shit. So parang like, sige go! Okay. Yep. Turns out, I should be doing that. Parang ganun. Anyways. Let's start with Ebas number 1. Ebas number 1. Why did I say it like that? Ebas number 1. In a perfect world, I shouldn't ever have to learn how to drive. Raise your hand if you agree. Personal anecdote, personal onion. Again, because I am not a car girl. I don't ever see myself being a car girl either. So this is all coming from someone who doesn't own a car and doesn't drive. Okay? Tread lightly. Tread with that in mind. Okay, backstory. I lived in Dubai for majority of my life. The public transportation there, amazing. I'm not kidding. I'm a child of good public transportation. I took the train everywhere. And I'm not even kidding. It's like from one end to another, I be traveling. As a kid, as in like early high school. Tama ba? Early high school. Tama. I grew up with the luxury that there wasn't a place I wanted to go to that wasn't accessible by bus or train. Everything just worked. And I love traveling alone. I've mentioned it so many times on here, you guys. I love, going to places alone. I talk about this multiple times on here. I love going to malls. I love walking around, window shopping with my earphones on. And I think what fostered that was getting to these malls and getting to these shopping centers when I lived there was never a hassle. Dubai always has a way. Every mall, every corner, there's always a bus stop. There's always a train station. I realized I grew up never thinking of logistics of going from one place to another because the ways just existed. I didn't have to think much about it because it's like, okay, I have to go here. I'm going to Google what bus I'm going to take and where I'm gonna have to ride from for that bus. Alam mo yun, it's so intuitive. It's good public transport. I'm bare minimum. It's just good public transportation. However, moving back here, you have to think about that shit a lot. Okay? The convenient way here. Alright. Speaking of, the convenient way here is riding an angkas, booking a Grab, or owning and driving your own car. That's the convenient way here. And for the longest time, I've had my mom. And damn. what? 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 Okay, see, I don't know. I'm uncultured. What does that do? It warms up. It's revving up the engine. It's warming up. It's revving up the engine. It's warming up the engine. See, again, no idea. Not a car girl, not a motor girl, not a tricycle girl either. For the longest time, I've had my mom and dad in both ears going, "You should learn how to drive while you're here in Iloilo." And I'm like, I always reason out to them that I'm not gonna drive in Manila, so what's the point? I don't wanna own a car in Manila. I don't wanna own a car in Manila. Parking is expensive. Cars are expensive. Traffic here. Traffic here is fucking crazy. My God, you've never experienced what like real traffic is until you've set foot in here in Manila. Jesus Christ. Okay, have you ever had the lovely experience of getting driven around or driving around QC? I always say this, and I always talk about it. People in QC drive like fucking mad. See, it's done. I wonder what that is. Does it do? It's like revving. Oh, yan na. Bye. Imagine that I'm talking about this and you guys can't hear it. Anyways, have you ever rode around QC in a car? Place is a lawless land. They have gigantic fucking roads and everyone's just like, bitch, you're gonna fucking kill us. But everybody seems to know what they're doing. I just don't understand. I'm just like, what the fuck is happening here, you guys? What the fuck? Anyways, nothing is enticing to me here in terms of wanting to drive. Why would I subject myself to that? And why? Why would I do that? Again, I get naman na driving is a life skill. And I don't think it should be like required like adulthood. Ganap. Because that's always where it's getting lumped in. It's always just like, oh, you're entering adulthood, paying bills, you're driving. Oh, alright. Like, why is my independence always being measured by ownership? Real. I have to own a house. I have to own a car. I don't have to own a car. Okay? In a special case, I might need to own a car. But in the current state of my life, there is not a need to own a car. What? In my perfect world, where is that? Public transportation should be the default. And driving should be the special case. Okay, in my perfect world. Because the public transportation experience can be very beautiful when it's done right, when it's done good. Okay? You share the space with a bunch of strangers. You're all headed somewhere. It's a slice of community. It's a slice of being human. It's being a human in the collective beat of life to its rhythm, the rhythm of life. Right? Kaso, again, not applicable here. It's so easy to talk about it like that when you're having a good experience. Which, anyways, but instead, what we have here, it's punishment. Para ako nagpe-penitensya every time I have the commute here. It's not an enjoyable experience. You're doing it because you have to. It's not because I want to like, I'm going to save a few bucks and enjoy a little Jeep ride. No. Bucks? I want to save a few bucks? Why do they say that? Me going out of, what? I want to save a few pesos. I want to save money. Mahirap na hirap naman ako dun. But instead, but people don't take the train because it's efficient. People take it because sometimes it's the only option available. Sometimes I don't want to go broke. Recently, can I just say, Sakai.ph, do you guys know that app? Retweeted, related but unrelated, retweeted a tweet of mine from 2023. What? I guess they were just like, they were searching for the word like Sakai PH on Twitter and just retweeting stuff. And my tweet was like, it's me and my transportation information app. Or whatever the fuck. Sakai PH against the world. Wala lang. Pero share ko lang. Sometimes I'm not willing to spend 500 pesos on a Grab ride by myself. Most of the time, I'm not willing to do that. I don't think a big chunk of this place is willing to do that. Hence, I think that's also why I grew up not feeling the need to learn how to drive, because I grew up somewhere where getting around was frictionless. No friction. Versus being here where moving always feels impossible. Getting around is an obstacle course. Hard to move around here in Manila. Every single time I have to like, oh my god, I have to go somewhere past 5. You're not doing that. Who the fuck told you to do that? You should have planned earlier. You should have taken leave from your work. You should have left early. Because no fail. Like every single day from Mondays to Sundays. If you're booked, Sunday the exception maybe, but you're booking around 5, good luck. 6, 7 ka na makakaalis ng bahay mo. Sometimes 8. Sometimes 9. Good luck, Charlie. And now, I'm realizing very quickly that I might need to learn how to drive because of circumstance. And I don't like that. I don't like the idea that I'm gonna have to learn how to. It's not because I want to, or because I don't know, like, oh, maybe in the future I might need to drive. Like, I'm gonna have to take my friend, like, we're on a road trip, salitan kami mag-drive, I might need to take the wheel. Not because of that. But because just the state of how transportation is in this country, shit. Okay. I don't like that. Again, my perfect world, no need for all of this. I don't want to own a car. I don't want to think about the maintenance of a car. Expensive. I don't want to think about where to park. Dear listener, I don't ever want to do that. That just sounds. I don't like that. I don't like the sound of that. Imagine, I have a car. I buy a car. Okay, imagine we're currently in this exact situation where I am in right now. Okay, I finally learned how to drive. Okay, I took driving lessons. I buy a car. I am permitted by whatever grace of God happens na economically, I am able to buy some car. I don't, like, not even brand new, maybe like, whatever. Basta the situation is, I was able to buy a car. Okay. Where the fuck do I park my car? That's a whole other thing. Cars are paying rent. That's expensive. What the fuck? Oh my god. And other than that, cars require maintenance. I got mine secondhand, maybe. Oh, yan. So I got it brand new. The cars are fighting me. Or I got it brand new. what the fuck are we gonna do now? Because either way, they're gonna be having maintenance. I don't know. Even just a car wash is expensive. I think. I don't know. I'm not a car girl. But alam mo yun, thinking about the logistics of owning a car, I'd rather not. Parang, never mind. Okay? For me, my perfect world means the cities are designed to move with me and not against me. I feel like Utopia Philippines, Utopia Manila, for me means whatever I was experiencing in Dubai with their trains and their buses, I'm experiencing the car, the vehicles are against me. They don't want me talking about this. Whatever I was experiencing with bus, alam mo yun, like, when I was in Dubai, I rarely ever had to take a taxi. And parang like special thing na yung taxi. Parang, magta-taxi lang ako kasama ko na, ikaw madami kaming dala, dami kaming bit-bit, ganun. Like, it's for, parang special, again, it's for special cases. Kasi, I could go around, if I wanted to, I could go around the entirety of UAE? Am I sure? I could go around a big chunk of the United Arab Emirates through public transport. Because Emma wasn't sure. I was like trying to be like, can I do that? I think I can. I probably can. And in here, it's like, I'm just trying to get to what? QC? And it feels like the elements are against me. The entire city is pushing back on me trying to get to QC. Hirap. Like, it's hard to get around here. And like, sure, lagi ako nag-aangkas going to everywhere. I feel like sometimes that angkas ride is my last angkas ride. Like, my God, living here, fucking chore. Driving should be a special skill, not a survival skill. Moral of the story, I hope we get to live long enough to see public transpo thrive here in the Philippines, because I want the kids of the future to experience getting around places the way I did. Growing up feeling like they never needed to learn how to drive. Because they didn't have to. Because they don't. They won't ever have. I think you're going. Ah! Because they don't. I never grew up feeling like I had to. And now living here, I'm like, I feel like I need to at some point. It's just sad. Oh my God. Anyways. Ebas number 2. Not all sequels are created equal. I feel like again, I feel like this is common sense. I feel like there's a bit of common sense, but I would understand where the sentiment, like the opposite sentiment of that would come from. Because we're in such a like a sequel era that people are now assuming like all sequels are bad. Like you've seen the Disney movie lineups where it's like Moana 6, Toy Story 12, parang RuPaul's Drag Race. Bakit? Ang dami. Gets ba? So, I understand na I feel like the fatigue is getting to people that every time like a movie gets announced na it has a part 2, we're all just like, okay, again. Here we go again. Where's the originality? And I feel like we're this way for a good reason. You know, Hollywood has a sequel problem. And we have a million reboots of things. We have a million rehashes of things. We have a million reimaginings of things. Like, it's a bad time to be an original idea. Backstory. I didn't see the interview. I saw a tweet about yung interview ni Rian Johnson, the guy who made the Knives Out series. And he says on the tweet, he wants to make Knives Out movies for the rest of his life. And he says, I don't feel burnt out doing these at all. If anything, I feel energized after doing this one. And I love that. I, I love that. I love Knives Out. I love Glass Onion. I love whodunits, guys. I don't know if I've talked about it here enough, but I love a murder mystery. I almost had a murder mystery birthday party last time, and I might still be in the future. Who knows? Anyways, reading that tweet, I'm realizing that the problems aren't the sequels. Because we all want more Knives Outs. All of the QRTs dun sa tweet na yun were all positive. They're like, this is the only time I can get on board a bunch of sequels. And I'm like, gets kita. The problem is that we've been set up with so many bad sequels. Ayun lang. We've been overfed sequels nobody asked for. So we've forgotten what a good one feels like. Oh no! Because some sequels, they might be better than the originals. Hot take. Not really. I don't think so. Who thinks that's a hot take? Okay, I'm categorizing that there are two kinds of sequel haters. Okay? Sequel hater number one, the sequel non-believers. So these are the people who think na every continuation of anything is a cash grab. Or no exceptions. I remember the backlash Wicked got when everybody found out na parang they're separating it into two films. Pero parang like, they got it when they watched the movie. Parang, okay, I understand why it would be just like so hard to contain this movie had it just been one film. But I feel like that initial like negative reaction to it being two films is definitely like you fall under this category of like, oh, because they want more money. And I get it. And the sequel hater number two are the purists. The story ended where it ended. Don't touch it, or you will ruin it. They're that type of people. Na parang like, keep it pristine. This IP. Don't touch it anymore. Okay na yan. It ended good. It started good. Keep it there. And I also understand that like, parang like it nothing is pure anymore. Oh, why did I say it like that? But gets. However, I raise to you my 4 favorite sequels. I'm done. At least when I made this list. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage. Paddington 2, Shrek 2, Toy Story 2, and Kung Fu Panda 2. Clap if you agree. Exactly. Let's talk about them. Welcome to Never Ending Review, where the review... Alam naman ako masyado dun. Let's start with Paddington 1 and Paddington 2. So, Paddington 2014 and Paddington 2 2017. Paddington 1. Paddington is a bear who is from Peru. He arrives in London because he loses his home in a natural disaster. He is taken in by the quirky Brown family. That's their last name. Who slowly... That was such a weird way of clarifying it. Their last name is Brown. Who slowly warms up to him. Enter Nicole Kidman. Does taxidermy. Evil. Villain. Wants to capture Paddington, turn him into a taxidermy. The story is about belonging. Kasi nga Paddington is a bear who is just trying to find a home in a world that he doesn't belong in. Because he's a bear. He's a bear. What is he doing in London? He's so kawawa. Paddington 2. Now, Paddington's officially part of the Brown family. Paddington wants to buy this book for Aunt Lucy's birthday. So, I think it's antique. It's an antique book. Tama ba? Hindi ko matandaan yung movie. The book is stolen by Hugh Grant. Um, and then, Paddington goes to jail because Hugh Grant like frames him. See, unreliable. Very. My favorite sequel. I don't remember the full plot. Listen. I am a lover of things. I know what I felt when I watched that movie. I might not have the details right now, but no, that was really good. Anyways, he is framed, but also when he was in jail, he ends up with community there with their pink jail. You guys have the famous scene from Paddington 2 of everybody in their pink jail suits. He ends up building community there also with Marmalade. Totoo. That's a big thing in the movies, by the way. The Brown family clears his name. I feel like Paddington 2 adds to like the theme of love and found family of what like the first movie has already done. So I feel like it's one of those movies na parang faith in humanity restored. Ganun. Like I feel good inside watching these types of movies. And I like that. I like that movie one was like you can find kindness. Kindness exists. And then movie 2 is like kindness perseveres. Paddington, I love you. I used to have a Paddington poster. I don't know where I put it. Or I think I had it kasi like hung up on my last apartment. And then when I removed it, I think it got ripped. Rip Paddington. Anyways, second movies. Shrek and Shrek 2. Shrek 1. Shrek, who is an ogre, wants his swamp back. So he rescues Princess Fiona for Lord Farquaad. Only for Shrek to fall in love with Fiona. Okay? Fiona's curse is that she becomes an ogre by night. And love will break that curse. Turns out, when you break the curse, Fiona turns into a ogre forever. Ayan. The movie is about self-acceptance. And going, parang like, subversing fairy tale tropes. Great movie. Love Shrek. Shrek 2. Shrek and Fiona are married. And then Fiona brings Shrek to her parents in far, far away. Her father hires Prince Charming to get rid of Shrek. And chaos ensues. I need a hero. This is from that movie. Can you believe that's from this? Exactly. That's what I thought. Again, self-acceptance and acceptance by others of your happiness. Ang ganda, no? I love it. You're seeing a through line of the stuff I love from the sequels, which is like, it adds to the conversation that was initially put down, which is like, you can find kindness, and then kindness will persevere. And now here it's like, accept yourself, and then it was like, others will accept you for what you are happy by. Parang ganon. And and again, banger movie. I think then parang like, not only are these like, parang in its core, there adds to the initial experience of the first movie. They're also just like, they live up to the quality. Parang like, oh, we got to have fun in the first movie. Let's have even more fun in the second movie. And I think that's great. Better, and sometimes does it better. Fun songs, better jokes. Movie threes. Third movies. Ang hirap naman, confusing naman nun. Anyways, Toy Story and Toy Story 2. Toy Story 1, Woody feels threatened na Buzz Lightyear gets to their house and becomes a new favorite toy, gets jealous, and they fight, and then become besties. And the movie ends with them na realizing na there's room for both of them. Eat. Eat. Okay? Toy Story 2. Woody gets kidnapped by a collector and wants to sell him in a museum. But Buzz and the rest of the toys try to rescue him back. And then Woody finds out he's part of a bigger like toy universe. Tama ba? And then he is like, faced with this like existential na parang is his life more like, more worth, more value if he is preserved like that or as a toy gets. Is it better to be loved for a short time or preserved forever? And the first movie is about friendship. It's very straightforward. Syempre, it's about Woody being insecure na parang like, oh my god, I'm gonna get replaced, and the end is just like there's room for everybody. And then the second movie takes a more existential, which I do appreciate. But I like it when especially when it's like kids movies na they mature in themes as they progress in sequels. Kasi parang you have imparted on me a message. Alam mo yun? Like it matures at the emotional stakes of it. It's not about being replaced anymore. It's what happens when you fade away. And then Plush Jessie. Wow. I always forget na parang Jessie is a Toy Story 2 edition. That's how feeling ko din a lot of these you'll find out na parang I do love these sequels to the point na I'm imagining them as like a 2-part movie with the first one instead of a sequel. Like I just thought I just watched an entire like a mega movie. Ganon. Kung Fu Panda and Kung Fu Panda 2. Kung Fu Panda 1, Po, a clumsy noodle shop worker, he dreams of being a Kung Fu master. He actually gets chosen as the Dragon Warrior and he must defeat the si Tai Long, a vengeful student. The lesson here is that there is no secret ingredient. That's like, you can summarize the entirety of like Kung Fu Panda 1 with there is no secret ingredient. And then yung scroll niyang gold where it's like, it's me. It's me. It's been me this whole time. Kung Fu Panda 2, Po is now a dragon warrior and he discovers na the village where he used to be, the Panda village, was destroyed by an evil peacock man, si Lord Shen. He now must confront his past and find inner peace to defeat Lord Shen. Kung Fu Panda 2, I feel like this is one of those things na parang, it kind of mirrors the Toy Story of it all, which is like, Poe is such a great Poe is a great main character. And ang ganda ng pagkasulat nila of Poe for 1 and 2. Parang, wow. Eat. It's about grief, it's about legacy, it's about destiny. And ayun, parang like the sequel nga does have a much darker like theme. They have darker, more mature tones, but it's funny. Which is like, I swear, because the number 1 was fucking funny. And then parang 2, I'm like, oh wow, she kept up. Anyways, without losing its humor. Doesn't work out. Anyways, I'm seeing the gusto ko yung may pinapoint ako dito. I'm seeing the ang haba na pala dito. Ang dami ko namang dinadot doon. Anyways, moral of the story, I choose to move through this world as an optimist. And sometimes all you have to think is that what if it does get better? Shut down. Ebas number 3 In order to have a village, you have to be a villager. Ooh, I always talk about this. I don't know how close I talked about this on the first few episodes, but there was something akin to this. But since I've been seeing this a lot on TikTok again lately, I've been seeing a lot of discourse about. Feeling ko I liked one TikTok about it, and I've been like seeing people talk about it so much. My FYP lately has been a barrage of TikToks that are all some sort of variation of when you don't want to go to a function, but then you remember that in order to have a village, you have to be a villager. I've seen that tweet where it's like, I don't know, like in order to have a village, I have to be a villager. I repeat to myself 6 times. I repeat to myself as I climb 6 flights of stairs for my friend's my friend's cat's birthday or something like that. I don't think it's so funny, but like it summarizes it so well. It summarizes that like experience so well. And I stand with her. I even reposted recently a girl talking about how the push for setting boundaries and cutting off toxic people has gone too far. And I agree because some, if not, a lot of the things people now call toxic are just mild inconvenience. Toxic? The core of this ebas being if you want close friendships, if you want support systems, you have to be those things for other people as well. And sometimes that means being inconvenienced. Plans happening when you could be tired or busy, showing up when you don't feel like showing up. That's what being part of a village looks like. And if you know anything about me, like if you know me in real life, it's that I show up. It's one of the things we constantly talk about, me and my friend. Like I will show up. I will show up. Okay. And if I don't show up, I make up for it. Because that's just how I operate as a person. Next week, I mentioned earlier, I think, I'm flying to Iloilo because me and my theater batchmates are having a mini reunion prod. And they were like, Lilac, uwi ko please. And I was like, okay, I'll go. I'll book a ticket now, okay? Gina natin to. Okay. And I'm showing up. Okay? I'm even in charge of designing and printing our like matching t-shirts for the mini reunion. It's work on top of work that I already have among other things that I already do in my life. It starts on a Friday. So I have to take a leave on Friday. I'm just over there. I'm just there over the weekend. It's not convenient. It's not ideal. But like, that's the cost of community. This is my village. So I have to be a villager. Inconvenience is the cost of community. Things done out of love and in the spirit of connection are rarely streamlined or easy. That's why phrases like labor of love exist. It will always be easier to leave than to stay. To cancel than to commit. To drop something than to work on it. Because nothing meaningful is built on ease. Okay? I'm not saying you have to exhaust yourself to appease the village, I'm saying sometimes it takes a little hardship to build something worth, worth having. Okay. I feel like we've ran amok with the word boundaries. We've gone past things that are peace protecting, toxic this, toxic that. That to literally just isolating ourselves. Okay, your boundary is being that you don't want to show up. That's not a boundary. You're abandoning your village. Sometimes the line between toxic and tiring is just being mildly uncomfortable. I can be mildly uncomfortable for community. Can you? Again, this doesn't mean okay that you're tolerating bad behavior, you're tolerating abuse or being constantly drained for the sake of other people. It's not that. That's an entirely different conversation. This, however, just means acknowledging that the things worth having will sometimes take effort, sometimes it will take time, and sometimes a little discomfort. I have a friend, my bestie. He loves to insist for me when things are inconvenient for me. Hate. I don't like that. Example. He wanted to meet up for dinner. Basta nababali ako, ganito, ganyan. He's going through it. I'm like, okay, sige, we can have dinner. Okay? We didn't plan for it much. So we ended up somehow deciding on like best of luck, I think. Which is in Cubao. And I live in Makati. And these places are far. Okay? Far enough. Na parang, oh, okay. He feels like all of a sudden that the odds are stacked up against me. I was like, oh, maybe we should just cancel. It's so far from you. We are meeting around after your work, so probably rush hour yan, traffic, whatever. Should we just cancel? I feel bad. And I go, do you want to have dinner? Do you like do you want to have dinner or not? Do you want to talk about what you want to talk about or not? And he was like, I do naman. And I'm like, so I'm coming. Again. Not the most convenient, but I didn't say I didn't want to show up. Okay. Let people do things for you. I will inconvenience myself on my own terms because that's what showing up looks like to me. And that's okay to me. If it means I show up, that's fine. Showing you, showing up will always be harder than not showing up. That's why it matters, Jasmine Masters. Pinilit ko naman yun. It's how I prove to you that I care. Okay? That's how I tell you that you're a person in my life. Again, okay? This is not to take what we said earlier, which is you put on your healthy boundaries. That's good. You enjoy your alone time. That's also good. Okay? But also, you want these kinships, you want these relationships. You also have to show up. Okay? These small things, checking in, following through, doing favors, showing up. These are small acts of villagehood. Welcome to the village. Okay? That's how you take care of people. That's how you take care of your people. Moral of the story, life isn't meant to be lived alone. Loneliness is a silent killer. Water your village's plants so that when it blooms, we all get to see the bloom flowers together. My gosh. Anyways. Heated. Anyways, that is all for today's episode. Ginabi na tayo. Sabi ko sa'yo, nakanap ako eh. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy that. Good luck to us for the next coming weeks. I don't know when I'll start. Maybe next week pa pala. Because I was thinking na um I'll start the Halloween themed episode. No, no, no. I'll do it. I'll do it next week. No, I'll do it next week. We'll see what we have for next week pa. Anyways, that is all, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that. This was fun. I took a little while writing this ebas. I don't mind. Hindi ko rin alam. Ang daming ebas in the world. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a great day. My name is Lilac. There we go. I was like, where are my segues? My name is Lilac, and this has been Neverending Ebas, where the Ebas never ends. Bye, everyone. Enjoy your weekend. The weekend comes alive.